So I'm going to start off this video by saying that I had no idea how I wanted to start this video, and hell, I even scrapped the initial script for this video after I'd written about half of it. That's why this video is being released much later than I wanted it to be, which honestly kind of fits for the year. But enough of that, let's actually start the video. And what better way to start the video than simply saying thank you. Thank you for 10 years of making videos here on YouTube. And I think the best way to celebrate 10 years is by recounting and reflecting on the past 10 years of not just here on YouTube, but like my life in general. So without further ado, let's go back to where it all began. That's a little too far. Let's skip forward a little. All the way back in March of 2011, I had just started year 10 in high school and had discovered that people were making gameplay videos on this little known platform called YouTube, which up until this point, I had only ever watched Equals 3 because a friend introduced me to it. 2011 was the year I discovered creators like Ghost Robo, The Rad Brad, Markiplier, his original channel anyways, Game Theory, and of course, PewDiePie.
Oh man.
And it was actually Ghost Robo's first episode of Crisis 2 that introduced me to the concept of Let's Plays and got me thinking, hey, I want to do that. And then never did. Because the only job I could get at the time was in my hometown's grocery store, where they only gave me a 4-hour shift a week and I couldn't afford to buy a capture card. So I never got around to making videos myself, but I always kept it in the back of my mind thinking, one day. Now fast forward a couple years to December of 2013, I had just graduated high school, and Cozzy, my girlfriend, and I all moved to the big city. And by big city, I mean Adelaide. I live in Adelaide. It's a shithole. There's nothing here. We got the mall's balls and that's it. But yeah, we moved to Adelaide pretty much as soon as we graduated, and by February of 2014, I got a job, which is the same job I have to this day. Now, why am I telling you this? Because if I didn't have this job, I never would have met Paul. I've never mentioned Paul on the channel before, but since this is a video celebrating 10 years, I feel it's necessary to mention him. Why? Because I never would have started making videos if it wasn't for him. Let me explain. So after 6 months of working for this company, I had already moved to my second store, and it was at this point where I had given up on the idea of making videos myself. Fast forward to March of 2015, and it was around this time when I met Paul. I don't actually have a picture of him, and I don't think he'd let me use one if I had some way to get into contact with him. So this is Paul, a tall, lanky Brit who was a nerd and a gamer just like me. So Paul and I started talking and we became quick friends. And it was around April of 2015 when he revealed to me that he wanted to make YouTube videos. And that was when it all came flooding back to me. The thought of taking gameplay footage and making a video out of it and uploading it to YouTube in the hopes that it would entertain people. And by May of 2015, we posted our first video, which was a Little Big Planet co-op video. And unfortunately for Paul, I got way into making videos. You see, at this point, I had no experience with video editing at all. So Paul was handling the editing, uploading, and general management of the channel. And to make matters worse for him, Bloodborne had just come out, and I wanted to make a series on it. I recorded so many episodes in such a short time that he actually made a second channel called Just Greg Gameplay. That would be Let's Plays with only me commentating. Go figure. Now, because of his busy life outside of work, we never got that far with either of the channels, only ever uploading like 2 or 3 videos on each. And it was shortly after we started making videos that Paul actually left our store and got a full-time job, which caused us to fall out of contact with each other. However, I kept making videos. I never published any of them, but I was using this as a way to teach myself how to edit. It was like bashing my head against the wall, but I did it. And after making videos on my own for a few months, I decided to make a new channel. And on September 13th, 2015, I uploaded my first video to this channel, which at the time was called Batmanica Gaming. I don't actually have the original logo, but this was the last one I had before I became Ausminator. Fun fact, Josh actually made this logo and the original Ausminator logo. And that is how my passion for making videos started. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about 2015 and 2016 because those were the years where I was just recording a lot, getting my head around editing, trying to build up confidence, just churning out videos and having fun. And having fun, I certainly was. I may have had no idea what a bitrate was, but I was having fun. It was during this time where games like Rocket League, Soma, the old Hunters DLC for Bloodborne, which was the first big series on the channel. Yes! Overwatch, No Man's Sky. Man, that release was rough. And let's not forget Dark Souls 3 and Mafia 3. Dark Souls 3 became the biggest series on the channel for the longest time. And fun fact, I had a death counter in that series that if it reached 100, I had to take an ice bath. And this episode of Mafia 3 became my most viewed video for the longest time. Mafia 3 was also the series where I decided to move away from the Steam version of Sony Movie Studio 13 to Premiere Pro. And to be honest, while going back and revisiting all these videos for this, I'm quite surprised with how quickly I became more confident talking in front of a camera and into a microphone, and how much better the visual quality got. It wasn't an outstanding improvement, but it was noticeably better. And all those details can really be seen in the last series I ever did as Batmanica, which was Resident Evil 7. I like to see Resident Evil 7 as the first real milestone for the channel, and not just for all the things I just mentioned, but because aside from Soma, this was the first horror game I had ever played on the channel, and it was the first Resident Evil game I ever played from start to finish. And it was the first series where I wanted to try making longer, mostly uncut videos, aside from the Telltale Batman game. The only difference being I actually like Resident Evil 7. And it was this series that really helped me develop my commentary skills, and where I decided to actually educate myself on how to edit videos. And Resident Evil 7 remains a series that I am proud of because of that fact, even if it was the last series I did as Batmanica Gaming. Now, you're probably wondering why I changed my name from Batmanica Gaming to Ausminator, and the answer is quite simple, actually. You see, it was the start of 2017 and I had just broken up with my girlfriend a few months prior. That's why I wanted to educate myself on making videos so that I could focus all that depressed energy into making my videos as good as possible. It was during this time that I thought I might not want to do just gaming content in the future, so I should get rid of the gaming part of the name. But shortly after that, I thought, you know what, let's just change the name completely. I saw changing the channel name as a kind of fresh start, let's say, and thus Ausminator was born. And the next chapter of my life and the channel. Now, 2017 was an extremely rough year for me. Not for the channel. As a matter of fact, it was the most productive year on the channel with 162 videos. God damn! That's so much more than my second most productive year, which was 2019, with a measly 72 videos in comparison. What? Why don't I have that kind of motivation now? Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. So, 2017 was a rough year for me because I had recently broken up with my girlfriend, like I said. And that was the tipping point, or catalyst, I guess, which set my depression right off, making it the darkest year of my life. Now, I'm not going to go into my struggles with mental health again, because I've done that plenty of times already, and this is meant to be a video of celebration, and I didn't want to bring the mood down. I was just adding that for context. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, 162 videos. This was the year I put all my energy into making content. Whenever I wasn't working, eating, or sleeping, I was making videos. It was also the year I started making videos with Cozzy and Josh, with our first video being a Dark Souls 3 video, which we then moved on to Ghost Recon Wildlands, Injustice 2, Tekken 7, Overwatch, Cuphead, Golf It, and of course, PUBG. As you can probably tell, we made a lot of videos together. 33 in fact. This was also the year I started the Unknown Gameplay series, a series where I record a YouTube video without my friends knowing, and once I upload it, they're the ones who decide whether it stays up or not. It was also the year where I uploaded 3 series that are still some of my favorites to this day. Dark Souls 3 The Ring City DLC, Outlast 2, It's Raining Blood! Hallelujah, it's raining blood! And Little Nightmares. I also did a Beast Battle Simulator series, which still has the highest viewed video on the channel to date. What the fuck? I don't even like this video. Let me take a sip, Baz. Aqua. It was also the year where I really expanded the types of games I was playing, and I tried my hand at making a non-gaming video for Halloween with Josh's help. Good times. This was my first ever dedicated Halloween video where I wanted to combine the haunted house trope with a house tour video, obviously with some comedy thrown in. And I think it worked out well in terms of what I was going for at the time. I would change things and edit it better if I were to make the video today, but for the time, I thought it was good. However, 2017 wasn't all sunshine, rainbows, and alcohol-fueled depression. It was also the year PewDiePie uploaded a little video that was very... and started the first ever adpocalypse. Thanks, Pewds. Very cool. This is officially the point where my channel became demonetized, and I went from having 154 subscribers to 120 overnight. And I know losing 24 subs doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but considering the size of my channel at the time, that was a 15.5% decrease in subs, which was detrimental to my discoverability. And looking back at it now, I think that might be the reason why I put so much effort into making as many videos as possible, in an effort to try and regain some of that discoverability, which despite all that time, effort, and honestly, fun that I was having, it didn't pay off. Until 2018. '2018 was a great year for videos, with a total of 69. Nice. Among those videos were bangers like the Ausminator Survival Guide to the Forest, Beat Saber, Unknown Gameplay videos with Cozzy and Josh in both Golf It and Black Ops 4.
No way,
And How Not to Die Young.
Bring me the chicken.
This was also the year I did a travel vlog with my sister when we went across Tasmania. Uploaded my second dedicated Halloween video, which was also a travel vlog with Cozzy and Josh. And even made a cooking video for Christmas. I also uploaded a series on both God of War and Spider-Man, which are 2 of my favorite long-form series on the channel to this day. I did also try to make a series on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but we don't talk about that. I literally don't remember anything about that game, so much so that I forgot I uploaded 3 videos. I thought I only uploaded 2. So yeah, moving on. This was also the year I uploaded one of my favorite series on the channel and my first ever dual footage series, Dark Souls Remastered with Cozzy.
They're floating!
Which was an absolute joy to make from start to finish, and we put everything we could at the time into that series to deliver what I like to think as an absolute classic on the channel.
Shh, the boobs are talking.
So before we move on, I just wanted to say, Cozzy, thank you. Thank you for not only being a part of one of the best series on this channel, but also one of the biggest innovations to the way I make content, and just for being a part of the channel and my life in general. It really does mean a lot to me, so thank you. Now, 2018 was the year my channel started growing again, going from around 124 at the start to 140 in April to 150 in August. And I think by the end of the year, we had around 155. This was the year I really dipped my toe into making more highly edited videos. 2019 may have been the year I really went in on editing my videos more, but 2018 was the foundation which I built upon. And I would have made more videos in that style if God of War and Spider-Man didn't both come out that year and take so much time away from those other videos. Do I regret making a series on those games? Absolutely not. But I do wish I made more videos that were more highly edited. When I look back on 2019, I see it as one of the best years I've ever had making content. Not just because we had awesome videos and series like Resident Evil 2, Golf Fit, Sekiro, My Friend Pedro, Apex Legends, an attempted series with Josh in Resident Evil 6.
Hey, how you doing? Come here often.
Which, Josh, if you're watching, maybe we could finish it as a rest of video. And let's not forget the first episode of Pacify. And not just because it was the year I started editing my videos the way they are now, but because it was the year I met two people that I consider friends to this day, Nono Light Show and Cookie. Now, I've mentioned in the past that Nono and I started talking back in December of 2017 with my first episode of Drunk Getting Over It.
No!
Back when he was known as Indigo Labs Gaming, and we started talking about doing a collab shortly after that, which unfortunately we didn't get around to doing until March of 2019 with our first Apex Legends video, which is the first video I edited in my new style, which I said back in the 2018 segment was built upon my 2018 videos. And I think the decision to edit my videos this way was a smart one because it made editing videos fun and something I am proud of. And it opened me up to games that I never would have considered originally because I wanted to challenge my new editing style. Games like My Friend Pedro. If it wasn't for my Friend Pedro series, which is still one of my favorites on the channel, I never would have met Cookie, who is the artist behind my recent logos and all of this. And even these. Look, it's My Friend Goose Game and this. This is Tiddlywomp. But not only is Cookie the artist behind all of these, but she is someone that I consider a genuine friend, and it's crazy to think that we never would have met if I wasn't making videos and if I didn't think My Friend Pedro would make a fun series. 2019 was also the year I became an affiliate on Twitch, to which I have to thank AOB for helping me get there. Early in 2019, I decided to do an all boss run in Dark Souls 3, which took me 10 hours to do. And right near the end, AOB raided me and his viewers gave me so many follows, which completely threw me off.
Holy shit. Oh, God. Hang on. Just a sec.
Thank you, A on B, for the raid with 41 people. Holy shit. G'day, everyone. How are you? I am now distracted. God damn it.
Him flustered.
Yeah, him flustered, all right. But it was because of that influx of follows that I decided to keep on streaming, and in September of 2019, I became affiliate. So to AOB and his followers, thank you. Unfortunately, AOB doesn't stream anymore, and we've fallen out of contact with each other, but it's only fair to thank him because I wouldn't be streaming, or, trying to at least, if it wasn't for him. So basically, if I were to sum up 2019 with a subtitle, it would be 2019, the year shit happened. And I was just overflowing with creativity at this point. And I was really starting to think of my future, not just for my content here on YouTube, but also life in general, which I was going to begin working towards in 2020. Tumultuous. Chew, like a cow. Now, Now, the 2020s have been a very tumultuous time for me, and even though a lot has happened, ultimately, not a lot has happened at the same time. Let me explain. I said at the end of the last segment that 2019 really got me thinking about my future outside of YouTube, and 2020 was the year I was going to put that plan into action. You see, this was the year I wanted to make a found footage film for Halloween that introduced a character known as Glitch, who was meant to be the antithesis to Ausminator. And the film was going to incorporate footage from every video I had uploaded from January all the way through to the beginning of October. That's why there's these little glitch sections in the Welcome to 2020, GTFO with No, Jump King, and the Most Australian Minecraft Video Ever videos. Which, fun fact, the Most Australian Minecraft video was Baz's first video. Wasn't it, Baz? That's a good boy. Now, the plan was that I was gradually going to show more of Glitch as the year went on, and I was going to make behind-the-scenes scenes in the final film, which, by the way, GTFO with No and the Most Australian Minecraft Video Ever are still two of my favorite videos, and I highly recommend you check them out. Anyways, the film was about the pressures of being an online celebrity. Not that I am one, but that is what it was meant to convey. And Glitch was meant to represent the toxic side of that, the demon behind the camera, as it were. And I was going to submit the film as part of my application to AFTRS, which is the Australian Film, Television and Radio School, which I unfortunately didn't get to do because of two reasons. The first being that Premiere Pro was constantly crashing while I was making the Minecraft video, that I decided to stop using it and move over to DaVinci Resolve. And I had to learn how to use the program. And the other reason was YouTube doesn't like us using the P word or the C word. Cunts. Not the one I'm talking about, but they don't like that one either. So yeah, unfortunately, the plan to make that film got cancelled, and 2020 became my second least productive year on the channel with only 13 videos. Oh, Baz, help. Help me, Baz. When did this die? God damn it, when did that die? However, on June 29th, 2020, we hit 190 subs. And even though I only uploaded 13 videos, I did not release a single video I wasn't happy with. I've already mentioned GTFO, Jump King, and Minecraft, but I also uploaded an Apex Legend Revisited video with No, the Farm DLC for Pacify with No.
I just hit it with a pen. Oh, yes!
Darren!
Which ended up being my Halloween video for that year, and my first Fall Guys video.
This is what hell would look like, I reckon.
Basically every video, including the ones on Resident Evil 3, which were my least favorite of that year, I thought were great. Even the I Quit Premiere Pro video I thought was good, which I did eventually go back to Premiere Pro later that year, but yeah. If I were to really sum up 2020, I would say that despite the film I wanted to make being canned, it was a year where I really focused on quality over quantity and refined my editing style, just like I did in 2021. 2021 was another year of quality over quantity with only 14 videos uploaded. However, I wanted to focus on two things in particular: quality for every video and consistency. And like 2020, I only uploaded videos that I was happy with. Videos like the final episode of the My Friend Pedro series, which took way too long for me to actually make. The Woods DLC for Pacify with No, which was the Halloween video for that year. The Evolution of Ausminator, which is my 200 subs special because on the 21st of April 2021, we hit 200 subscribers. I even uploaded what is currently the latest episode of Unknown Gameplay, where Cozzy, Josh, new voice to the channel Jacob, and I played Grounded in its early days. And we got the most blood-curdling scream from Cozzy I have ever heard.
Don't you fucking dare.
He's pissed, but he can't get up here, so...
Oh, that was a good one. I was even happy with every episode of Resident Evil Village. I was so focused on quality. 2021 was also the year where Cookie was basically my thumbnail artist. And I mean, look at these. They're fantastic. Cookie, you nail it every time. She also made all my Twitch emotes, including the glitch ones, the Cozzy, and Cozzy's logo. I Honestly, can't praise Cookie's artwork enough, seriously. Now, if I were to give 2022 a subtitle, it would be The Half Year, because that's exactly what it was. It was the year where I took 6 months off from uploading specifically so that I could 1, recharge, and 2, record, edit, and stockpile videos so that I had a catalog ready to upload when I came back on June 1st. Was I successful in that endeavor? Absolutely not. It was, however, my most productive year post, you know, despite my 6-month break. And during that break, I managed to successfully make a 3-video series on the My Friend Pedro mobile game, Ripe for Revenge. FBI, open up! Which, those videos were so much fun to edit. They really were. I also tried to make a dual footage Elden Ring series with Cozzy, which was going to be not only my biggest series on the channel to date, but my highest production one too. We recorded up to 15 episodes. That was the halfway point. How many of those episodes got uploaded? 1. I finished the first episode, got halfway through editing the second, and then shit happened, I guess. I honestly don't know what to tell you guys about that series, and it's probably my biggest regret not keeping it going because Cozzy and I got into some shenanigans.
Oh my god.
One such shenanigan was an entire episode where Cozzy was finishing Rani's questline and I was stuck as a side character, literally just standing around because I couldn't join him because I killed Blight early. Then we discovered that Cozzy wasn't recording his gameplay at all throughout that entire episode. So I had to reenact everything he did with a new character aptly named Bob.
What the fuck is that?
That was such a fun series to record and I really wish we finished it, or, you know, that I uploaded more than 1 episode. I also made a 3-episode series on Uninvited Guest, which I think is a pretty decent horror game. It just has that general creep factor to it and I really enjoyed playing it. Jump scare? Mine, you motherfucker. It's actually one of my favorite horror games I've played, and I plan on playing another game from that same developer in the future. And of course, we can't talk about 2022 without bringing up the biggest series of the year. That's right, God of War Ragnarok. Not only do I think this is a great long-form series, one of the best I've made aside from Spider-Man 2018, but it's also the reason 2022 was such a productive year on the channel, with a staggering 21 episodes. God damn! God of War Ragnarok was the series that really got me back into the flow of making videos. You know, record, edit, upload. I was on top of that shit. I was uploading God of War almost every day, bruv. And getting back into that flow really helped me with the next year, 2023, the year of Resident Evil. That's right, guys. 2023 was the year where the majority of content I uploaded was the Resident Evil 4 remake and the Separate Ways DLC. Not to mention, it's also the year where the channel had grown most since the early days. Not just surpassing 210, not just surpassing 220, but surpassing 230 subs by October, because I started uploading shorts to promote my videos. I know, ew, but hey, it worked. Now, obviously, there were other games I played on the channel, like a surprising little horror puzzle game called The House of E. Oh, Jesus Christ! Which the developers Game-Nastica Studios actually reached out to me and asked me to play it. And I was pleasantly surprised with how well made it was for their first game. I also played the demo for Endless Blue. Now we're Fortnite dancing, okay? A small game jam game by the name of Last Signal. and the demo for Fred Cereal Company, which ended up being the highest viewed video on the channel that year. And honestly, that was just a fun video to make. 2023 was also the year I really got back to enjoying the entire video making process, which is unfortunate because it was the last productive year on the channel so far. Now, I'm going to put 2024 and 2025 together because, quite frankly, there's not a lot to talk about. I like to classify these past 2 years as the fallow period of the channel. Fallow being a farming technique where farmers will leave a field unseeded for a period of time to allow fertility to return to the soil. It can also be used to describe a person's creative energies laying fallow, which I feel like mine have been, especially this year. However, in 2024, there was a completely different reason as to my non-existence on this platform. Multiple, in fact. Those reasons were, 1, I lost 9 terabytes of footage because the hard drive I had all my videos backed up on got corrupted. 2, I stopped using Adobe products full stop because of their new terms and conditions and was relearning DaVinci Resolve. And 3, I nearly had a heart attack in May of that year. So, yeah, because of those 3 things, the almost heart attack more so than the loss of footage and relearning DaVinci, I kind of had to step back and reprioritize life. However, I did still manage to upload my Drunk Fool Guys video, which was requested by Nono's daughter, Olivia, back in 2022. And I feel like every time I talk about that video, I need to apologize. So again, I'm sorry it took so long, but considering it's the second most viewed video on the channel ever, I'd say the wait was worth it. And earlier this year, I uploaded a video where I played the demo for Game Nasca Studios' upcoming game, There's Something Wrong With. Frankie's coming.
Leave me alone, Frankie! Leave me alone! Go away, Frankie!
So yeah, these last couple years may have been the quietest years on the channel, but I have been here. Just not as much as I would have liked. I've done a lot of personal development and reflection outside of YouTube, especially this year, and now I think it's time to come back. So I hope to change that next year. It's funny, actually. Even though I'm reading off of a script, everything in this script I've drawn completely from memory. Hell, it feels like it was only yesterday where I saw Ghost Robo's first episode of Crisis 2 for the first time. And I think that speaks volumes as to the impact and the passion I've had for making these videos these past 10 years and the memories I've made along the way. We've laughed, we've cried, we've raged, we've cringed, and we've been scared shitless multiple times. Nono and I even joined a team back in 2019, and I am seemingly the reason they broke up after I made a single tweet damning them. You guys remember Second Triumph? Of course you don't. I barely do. And the question you're probably wondering now is, does he think this is all a waste? And the answer is no. No, because I've had so much fun expressing my creativity by making these videos and sharing them with you guys. No, because of the connections I've made because of these videos. No, because these videos serve as a time capsule to the good times I've had playing with my friends, and we can look back and laugh at it. And no, because these videos are a reminder of my own personal development throughout these past 10 years and finally finding out who I am as a person. A reminder of the good times and the bad. Making these videos helped me through the toughest time of my life. And it makes me so proud of where I've come since then. Going from a quiet, anxious mess of a human with zero confidence and who was way too hard on himself to someone who is a lot more confident and outspoken. I'm still a perfectionist and way too hard on myself, but I'm working on that. And to my subscribers who watch my cringy videos, to everyone who's watched my videos over these past 10 years, thank you. Will I still be making videos 10 years from now? I highly doubt that, but I think I have a few left in me. So to everyone, subscribers, viewers, friends, and family. And even you, Paul. Thank you. Thank you for 10 amazing years. Here's to at least a few more. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you all in the next video. I really want to make this channel something awesome. I really want to do something awesome with it.